Now we got some more Madonna news, but this has to do with Prince. So apparently, there was a story that came out from a drummer of Prince's during, I think I don't know if they worked together throughout his whole iterations, because Prince was notorious for always the Prince of the Revolution, Prince of New Power Generation, all that other stuff. He had always different iterations of, his evolution of bandom and all that other stuff. So anyway, there was a drummer that worked with Prince during the Prince and the Revolution days who's spilling tea about Prince and the fact that, yeah, even though he was one of the biggest celebrities on the planet, that basically didn't mean that he felt comfortable around other big acts that I guess he felt were on his level or weren't on his level or surpassed his level. But knowing Prince, he don't think anybody ever surpasses his level because he played every damn instrument and wrote every damn song. So he was considered a genius. But anyway, Bobby Z, who was a drummer in Prince and the Revolution, spoke to The Guardian. Don't even get me started on The Guardian, because The Guardian already got me type with that bullshit talking about that at a certain age, there needs to be age limits on artists performing or people going to clubs and the sort of thing. And I was like, fuck you, bitch. First of all, you writing that article at a certain age, I hope you plan on retiring from The Guardian, because you shouldn't be giving, and at your age, should you be giving an opinion about artists performing and that sort of thing at a certain age? And y'all only want to put this off on women because that was in reference to Madonna, right? But Bruce Springsteen could still be out here performing like he's 22, and Billy Joel, who's been sick, y'all still want him out here performing. We got Rush, we got Fish, we got Bon Jovi still out here dipping and doing. Rolling Stones got a foot and a half in the damn grave, and y'all still be out here living for all the shenanigans they do on stage. Iggy Pop, the other day, I told her he was at Coachella. I don't know if he was there this weekend, but I saw him last week. Shirtless on stage, gut hanging, wrinkles everywhere. The body was wrinkle galore, and y'all ain't said shit about that. But let Madonna come out here in her little corset and her little booty shorts and her boobs up to her damn neck, singing her new song and two original classics. And she got to retire. She got to hang it up. She too old. Y'all shouldn't be out here doing things that are certain. Like, go sit and spin. That's all I got to say on that. So that's my little rant on The Guardian before we get into the rest of the topics. Because I was like, let me get it out before I forget. So that's my little bone I got to pick with them on that. So yeah, they said he died nearly 10 years ago on April 21st, 2016. Because I was trying to remember that, yeah, hasn't it been over a decade that Prince died? But no. He about in 2 days, because today is the 19th. It'd be 10 years since Prince has no longer been in part of the union. So he basically Bobby Z reflected on their friendship. Among the anecdotes, the musician recalled Prince banning Bruce Springsteen and Madonna from his dressing room, saying, quote, once there was a hilarious moment where Bruce Springsteen and Madonna came backstage, but Prince's dressing room was off limits to them, so they had to use the band's toilet. This is what Bobby Z remembered. The drummer, who was friends with Prince for over 40 years, also said that he found meeting other celebrities very uncomfortable unless he was a fan, and would get bashful and embarrassed despite being a major star himself, saying there would be huge stars and he just wouldn't give them the time of day. So besides shaking Elizabeth Taylor's hand, I don't know if he'd be interested in chatting. However, when he met David Bowie at Paisley Park, Prince's longtime home and studio, it was a warm moment because he felt that they were equals. And that's because Bowie was on a whole nother level and a genius and a creative genius. So I guess at that point it was like, yeah, Prince saw that they were equals, but everybody else, I'm like, I hope you wasn't trying to act like your nose was in the air like you better than any damn body. So the Grammy winner was found unalive at Paisley Park outside Minneapolis. His cause of death was ruled as an accidental overdose caused by fentanyl toxicity, and that the descendant self-administered or administered, fentanyl. He was 57. Many mourn his passing throughout Minneapolis, the U.S. and the world, lighting up buildings and structures with purple displays. The days after his death, the boss honored Prince with a cover of Purple Rain to open his Barclays Center concert in Brooklyn. Per Vanity Fair, covered in purple light, Springsteen gave his best rendition of the 1984 track, Prince Forever. Springsteen said, God bless. Now, Madonna paid tribute with an Instagram post of her and Prince, who co-wrote "Love Song" for her 1989 album "Like a Prayer." He changed the world, a true visionary. What a boss! I mean, what a loss! I'm devastated. This is not a love song, she wrote per Mashable. Now, Madge also honored Prince with a performance at the Billboard Music Awards in May of 2016, singing Nothing Compares to You, which he composed and wrote but was made famous by the late Sinead O'Connor's rendition. Now, Bobby Z, whose real name is Bob Robert B. Rivkin, looked back fondly on his years with Prince. Wait, it says of his on his years with Prince. And then they didn't realize there was a glitch in the matrix. So they said playing with Prince was like being in the Purple Marines. He might toughen you up or break you down, but he'd bring you to a place you didn't think you had. He concluded to The Guardian, for a moment, you might even turn into a superhuman like him. So I guess what it was like when it comes to music, he wanted the best from all the people that he worked with. Ain't no half stepping when it comes to working with Prince. But I do think it's crazy. That's like, yeah, I don't want these people coming up and using my bathroom and I'm having an encounter because I would kind of feel like that in a way of if you're painfully shy and you're socially awkward. Maybe that's what it was with Prince. Maybe he was socially awkward around other celebrities, and he probably didn't want if he came across Madonna. He didn't want her doing to him what she did to Kevin Costner. Remember that neat when he made, oh, your show was neat, and she found it offensive. So, and you know Prince, even though Prince said he was heterosexual, he gives very much Butch Queen, where she be reading the girls down. So if Madonna came in that room with that energy, oh, he would have read her down to the ground. I was like, oh no, bitch, you don't come in here with that mess. So I could definitely see him pulling one of those. But if you're like someone, like I said, who's painfully shy, where it's just like I put all my heart, soul, and energy and everything into the music, but when it comes to, and that's my outlet, that's the way I communicate, that's the way I can get things across with people. But if it was anybody regular schmegular, it's just like I don't know. He does. Some people just don't have the tools, the wherewithal, the communication skills to be able to kiki with someone in a way where it's beyond the music. So that was interesting for a former drummer to bring up. But I definitely want to hear from y'all. What do you guys think of this story from Bobby Z? Spilling some tea about Prince and the fact that he said that yeah, Prince wasn't really comfortable around other stars, and how when it came to people coming to his dressing room, he's like, yeah, if I'm in there, unless it's somebody major that I want to mess up like key with, I want the people in my dressing room. So whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below.